Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and honestly, a lot of you guys can click off this video right now because it's gonna be a lot about the Epic Game Store, a big Epic Game Store deal, a ton of free games, well, one free game right now, and then 3 free games next week, and we'll go over the Prime freebies. Look, I know some of you guys are not big on the Epic Game Store, let's be honest here, but they do have one game that's a big exclusive. We got a big deal on that. They've got a free game available right now. They've got 3 free games next week, and we'll go over the Prime freebies as well, as there's some GOG titles in there as well, but there's also some Epic Game Store titles, so we'll get to all of that. But first of all, I do want to highlight the big deal. Alan Wake 2, the Deluxe Edition, 74% off for $18.48 for XP members over at our friends at Green Man Gaming. So you'll buy a copy, you'll redeem it at the Epic Game Store. This is one of those deals that I'm okay recommending as far as spending money on the Epic Game Store because it is a Epic Game Store exclusive. Look, Epic Games has the mega sales that offer a lot of great deals, the coupons that they run. There are definitely good deals to be had at the Epic Game Store, but I know that a lot of people just aren't into buying their games on EGS. You know, think of it what you will, but guess what? Alan Wake 2 is not available on Steam. I don't know if it'll ever be available on Steam because unlike a lot of other exclusivity deals and things of that nature, this was a game that was published by Epic Games. So Epic Games has the rights to this game in perpetuity. If they want to release the game at some point on Steam, if they don't view the game as a big enough drawing card for the Epic Game Store, then at some point they can release it on Steam, but it's been 2 years and it still hasn't dropped on Steam, so I don't think it'll be dropping anytime in the near future. As far as the game itself goes, man, Alan Wake 2 is such a divisive game, and anytime I talk about it, it seems like I get a ton of people in the comment section being like, oh, the game sucks, it's woke, it's this, it's that, you don't even play as Alan Wake the entire time. Look, I didn't like Alan Wake 2 as much as Alan Wake 1. However, I totally get why a lot of people liked it, because while there is an audience that every time I talk about this game, you know, it seems to get hit with a little bit of vitriol, there's also an audience that absolutely loves this game and thought it was like the second place game of the year in 2023 behind Baldur's Gate 3. Some people would go as far as to say it was 2023's game of the year. I think this game, from a visual standpoint, an atmosphere standpoint, is incredible. I think the soundtrack is phenomenal. I remember when I got to the end of Chapter 1 and I forgot what the song was, but I literally have it downloaded on my phone because I thought it was so good, and I was like, oh my god, this game's about to be insane. And then, like, you know, I didn't vibe with it as much, and honestly, if you played as Alan Wake the whole time, I think I would have gotten into it a little bit more, but, you know, you played as Saga, you played as Alan Wake, and I just would rather the story focus entirely on Alan Wake, and, you know, Remedy's got that trippy storytelling, which I think some people will really vibe with, and a lot of people will find incredibly compelling. A lot of other people, I think, will be like, alright, buddy, well, what are we doing here? What are we doing with this narrative? Where's it going? But nonetheless, the Deluxe Edition does include the DLC, so I thought this was worth a mention. Even if it's an Epic Game Store title, the fact is it's an Epic Game Store exclusive. It's one of the few Epic Game Store exclusive, like Blades of Fire, that game done by the developers of Metroid Dread. I want to say it was called Blades of Fire. That's an Epic Game Store exclusive. A lot of people missed out on it. Lords of the Fallen 2 is going to be an Epic Game Store exclusive. So it seems like, you know, EGS is still doing the deals as far as exclusivity. I just don't see there being a lot of mileage on it, man. Like, if you're gonna publish your own game and you want to have it as an exclusive, that's one thing. The timed exclusivity gimmick, I just don't think is effective whatsoever, because ultimately, there are so many games to go around that if you like, are people gonna lose sleep over missing out on Lords of the Fallen 2 right away? No. Are people gonna lose sleep over missing out on Blades of Fire right away? No. Alan Wake 2, I'm recommending it here because I just don't think it'll come to Steam anytime in the near future, so I thought, you know, it's been 2 years, it's at a really low price point, so let's give it a recommendation. I think a lot of people will have interest in it. Again, available at Green Man Gaming, go check that out. Okay, moving on from that, Monument Valley is available free on the Epic Game Store as well. This is a really, really well-received game. More of a serene, relaxing game by the looks of it, but you know, you can get it right now. Embark on a journey of forgiveness through impossible environments and illusionary puzzles. Experience the meditative and calming puzzle game by manipulating monuments and creating evolving paths to explore new, surreal, and mysterious worlds. You've got 1,500 Steam user reviews, 97% positive. Again, a relaxing puzzle game and a super colorful game at that as well. 65% off for $2.79. So go ahead and check that out. That is available for free. And then come next week on the Epic Game Store, it is going to be a barrage of freebies and some big ones as well. Monument Valley 2 will be available as a freebie. The Battle of Polytopia, which I thought was going to be a freebie this week, but I guess they pushed it to next week, so that'll be free. And Ghost Runner 2 will be available free. Ghost Runner 2 is solid. I mean, Ghost Runner is a game that makes somebody or a lot of people break controllers. I know I was pretty damn close to it. It can get a little bit infuriating at times, but enjoyable game. And Ghost Runner 2 as a freebie, I think that's a really, really solid offering as well. So you're going to get 3 free games next week with the Epic Game Store freebie, so that's good stuff there. And Monument Valley available free right now. Lastly, Prime Gaming, I do want to highlight the freebies available on there. Not a ton of stuff, but you've got Into the Breach, Epic Game Store copy of that. That's a really, really well-received tactics game, so you can check that out. Sid Meier's Civilization 4, the complete edition GOG copy of that. I mean, Civ 4 is iconic. Dungeons & Dragons, a Ravenloft series GOG copy of that. Sid Meier's Civilization 3 complete GOG copy of that. Thief Definitive Edition GOG copy of that. I go on rants about that game at times. I remember when it was coming out back in 2014. I thought that was going to be the game to really set like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox generation, because those consoles had just launched, like at the right state. I'm like, oh my god, Thief is gonna be the showcase game, man. And boy, did I have egg on my face with that take, because Thief was kind of a disaster. As a free title with your Prime subscription, I don't think it's all too bad, but yeah, I was very disappointed by it. I was expecting kind of the world out of it, but bear in mind, I was like 17, 18 years old at the time, you know, I was a young boy, and I got duped. I got duped into thinking that Thief was going to be this big game, so, you know, it is what it is. Fate the Traitor Soul, GOG copy of that. Filthy Animals, the Heist Simulator, Epic Game Store copy of that. Marvel's Midnight Suns, Epic Game Store copy of that. You got Besiege and the Splintered Sea DLC, Fantasy Empires GOG, Silverbox Classics GOG, Heroes of Loot 2, Venba, Tin Hearts, Necro King is available as well. All of those are GOG. And then you got Boxes Lost Fragments. That's Epic Game Store title there. So Prime Gaming got a ton of freebies as well. But that's going to do it for me again. I typically don't highlight Epic Game Store deals like that, but I thought that Alan Wake 2 deal was so good, given the fact that it is a Epic Game Store exclusive, and it probably will remain an exclusive. If you want to play the game and you don't want to, you know, do some nefarious acts, you know, this is the best way to do it. $18, you get the DLC as well. I think that's a great deal, so check that out. Monument Valley available free on the Epic Game Store. 3 free games next week, so big stuff there. And Prime Gaming's got some freebies as well. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.